Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm here with a pretty cool video. So you guys may have seen the trend already in the Beyblade community. There is a lot of people doing that anime style stadium, and of course your boy did have to hop on that bandwagon, and I did make my own version. But first, I do want to mention this, and I just want to emphasize that I first saw this concept with a Japanese BayTuber a year ago. That's right, roughly a year ago. Shout out to that homie though, he actually did this idea first. He had his own little spin on it, but I kind of took from that the entire concept. But yeah, I just want to make that clear, your boy is not clearly copying anybody, and really, who even cares as to who did what first? That's something that's just kind of getting on my nerves. Let's just take a breath and acknowledge the fact that every idea is going to be done at some point, so why not just do it? You know, it's whatever. Anyway, your boy did make his own little version, and mine's a little bit unique. It's a little bit different than the rest, but as you can see, here is my clear base stadium, and I did give it a makeover. So I do also want to show you guys kind of how I did it. I can't really replicate it because it's already done. Let's go ahead and get a close-up on the stadium, and then I'll talk a little bit more about it. Alright, so just as an overview, here is the entire stadium. As you can see, I pretty much replicated that anime signature look, and I have to say that it turned out pretty nice. Like, I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to these kind of projects, so I did spend about like 30 minutes just doing the entire thing, but the result was definitely worth it. It turned out sick. So, as you can see though, this is a clear Beyblade Burst stadium. If you weren't aware, Takara did release this. It's a limited edition release. It came out with the first release of Beyblade Burst. That was back in, I think, 2015. So it was common back then, but nowadays, you're gonna have a hard time finding this stadium, unfortunately. Your boy did look out though. I actually found this for like, I wanna say 40 bucks. It was relatively affordable at the time. But yeah, these were common back then. And if you happen to find one, make sure you get it, because obviously it's clear. It's very reminiscent of a BB10. If you don't know what that is, that's also another clear stadium that Takara released. And of course, you can customize it however you like. Anyway, there are other alternatives you can do. If you have any other clear stadiums, such as maybe the BB10, which is unfortunately also a rare stadium. But if you happen to have that from the Metal Fight days, you can do this customization pretty easily. It's the exact same setup pretty much. Anyway, I want to show you guys how I did this, or explain it as best as I can. Once again, I can't do this again on camera. I did this off camera because it honestly was a little bit tedious. I did have to work really hard and make sure that it was perfect, because your boy is a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. And it also bothered my OCD. Anyway, here I have a few rolls of electrical tape. That's right, the lines on this stadium are literally made of electrical tape. And I did get these off of Amazon. I couldn't find them anywhere, like in any store, so I'll go ahead and link you guys to these. For the pack of 5 rolls, they were 10 bucks, and they are smaller rolls, but they last you a while. Like, I used up a lot of yellow and blue. You can see that I used up a lot of it already, but I still have quite a bit. They're nice, bright, vivid colors, and on top of that, they do stick really well to any surface. And I mean, you can use it for anything else pretty much after that. Once again, I'll link you guys to them on Amazon. Just 10 bucks, which I think is a pretty reasonable price. Anyway, what I did after that was I flipped the stadium over, because I honestly didn't want to have the tape on the surface. Obviously, this is where the Beyblades are coming in contact, so any kind of disturbance on here would make the stadium illegal. So I had to make sure it was on the bottom. So I took this yellow tape, and I pretty much started from one little end right here and just slowly wrapped it around this ridge. And you can see it clearly right here. It's the outer ridge right before the knockout hole. You can see it right there. Yeah, if you have a stadium like this, you know where it is. It's just that little ridge right before the knockout area. And you just use that as a reference to wrap the yellow tape around. And that will give you that signature yellow circle, the outer circle pretty much. After that, I did use the red tape, and here it is. And this one was a little bit tricky because you're literally making a cross through the stadium. I actually spent the most time on this step. I pretty much used one end of the stadium, such as you can see here where the stadium clip is at. I use that as a reference point, and then I try to make a straight line right across the stadium. Now, I pretty much just eyeballed it. You could probably use a ruler or something to better visualize a straight line, but just keep in mind that because it is a dome surface, it's not perfectly flat, and therefore it's kind of hard to get that straight line. And you do have to do this twice, so you have to make the cross, and once again, it was pretty difficult to do. Mine was like really sloppy at first. And what I did was look at it from various angles, and that way you can really tell if it's straight or not. And after those two, the last step is a little bit tricky, but not as bad. Here I used the blue tape, which is almost gone actually, but I used the first tornado ridge on this stadium as also a reference point. And honestly, that was pretty easy. I just wrapped the tape right before the tornado ridge, and I made sure that it just wrapped around it. Now keep in mind, this is all one piece, by the way. Every single color is just one piece. You do not need to cut it into separate pieces unless you want to, but if you want to get that clean look, just do one piece at a time. And it's literally just curving it to the surface. These tapes actually curve surprisingly well, so don't worry about it looking really bad. As long as you curve it carefully and you just have some patience, it will definitely wrap into a perfect circle. Now, the last tricky part of this was the inner circle, which I don't have any reference for. So what I did first was make some rough like outlines with a pencil and a ruler. I evenly spaced out like 1.5 inches, as you can see here. I did also use the red tape as a reference point because I was already in the center, so it's a good way to check if it's perfectly circled or evenly like spaced out. And after making a few reference points with a pencil, because you can always get rid of the pencil after, I made those reference points, and then I got like a cup, and I literally traced a circle with the cup because that was the only way I could get a perfect circle. I could not like make a perfect circle just by my hands. So I did trace out a circle outline through a cup or a plate, whatever it was. And I used that reference. Once again, I used a pencil though. And then I used that reference circle to wrap the last little circle in the center. And that gave the final look. And if you do it in this order, you will get this setup. So you got yellow, red, and then blue. And I think this is the best look. So obviously it was a pretty lengthy project, but trust me, it's worth it, guys. I mean, it's pretty iconic. I'd say this is one of the cooler designs you can make for your stadium. And if you do have a clear stadium, definitely just do it on the bottom. It's not going to affect your stadium at all. And because it's tape, you can always take it off at any time. Now, if you really just want to do it, you can always do it on the surface. Now, keep in mind that will affect the performance of your Beyblades, but that's up to you. Anyway, let's get a few Beyblades. Alright, so your boy did get the stadium ready to go with Spriggan Requiem and God of Valkyries, so we're going to see how it looks like in an actual battle. And we got a burst finish by Spriggan Requiem. Wow, another burst finish. Spriggan Requiem is just dominating this battle. Alright, so that's it for this video. As you can see though, I freaking love this stadium. It's going to be my go-to stadium from now on for just about everything. And I hope you guys can try this customization as well, just because it's really cool. And not only that, it's really cheap. All you need is some colored tape and you are good to go. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But also, that's right, smash that notification bell down below. That will just make sure you get notified whenever I upload. And I do upload quite a bit now. I'm trying to get more mods out for you guys. And I know you guys love those, so yeah. Anyway, until next time guys, see ya.